The Cardi-Girls, we're Cardi-Girls. I'm gonna say what we want. The Cardi-Girls, singing from the front. The Cardi-Girls, our mouths are our guns, and we here and fighting, cause it has to be done. We're gonna say what we want. The Cardi-Girls, singing from the front. The Cardi-Girls, our mouths are our guns, and we here and fighting, cause it has to be done. We're gonna say what we want. The Cardi-Girls, singing from the front. The Cardi-Girls, our mouths are our guns, and we here and fighting, cause it has to be done. We're Cardi-Girls, we're gonna say what we want. The Cardi-Girls, we're singing from the front. The Cardi-Girls, our mouths are our guns, and we here and fighting, cause it has to be done. The Cardi-Girls, we're gonna say what we want. The Cardi-Girls, we're singing from the front. The Cardi-Girls, our mouths are our guns, and we here and fighting, cause it has to be done. We're gonna say what we want. The Cardi-Girls, singing from the front. The Cardi-Girls, our mouths are our guns, and we here and fighting, cause it has to be done. Because it has to be done.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, very well, worn out. I just said I've gone from my chair at work to this chair on the end of the desk, hooked up, balanced with books and things to keep the laptop
Do
up.
you work every day?
Well, yeah, I do when I have to. It just depends. It's been really quite busy. So one of the girls was away. She had a couple of weeks in Africa, so I sort of had to step in and do a few things there. And then I wasn't planning to today, but I had a few things to do, so I did them. Yeah. So it just depends, really. Yeah. I don't. Sometimes I need to go to the office to cover for one of the other girls, but normally I just work from home. Yeah, which is good. Yeah.
And have you had rain?
We had 45 mil in 2 days, and we had another 6 mil this morning. Just like one downpour, and then it's so steamy. We could be living in the middle of the tropics.
Yeah, it's like that here too. Yeah, when we've got more forecast on the weekend. My husband said he thinks we're going to get about 20 mils per day for 3 days.
Oh, that'll be nice. That'll just everything, even after that 40 mil, all the kangaroos, we've got kangaroos, and they just disappear when it dries. And all of a sudden I said, bet they're back, and they're back. Yeah, on the green tinge everywhere. It's beautiful.
Where do they go, I wonder?
I reckon they just go back up into the bush, into the green, with the green picking, where it's still a bit damp under the trees and near the creeks and things, maybe.
My son lives on a property that's on 30 acres just out of the township here where I am in the Adelaide Hills. And there's a mum and baby kangaroo that have taken up residence on his veranda, and he comes home from work and they're sitting out on the veranda waiting for him. Yeah.
Tell him to try and feed them some bread. I remember friends had a pet kangaroo when I was a kid, and they used to feed it bread.
Yeah, and they like milk arrowroot biscuits, apparently.
Oh, you like possums? Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah, so
we've got a different format tonight because Kay is our interview subject for the evening. Because I know that you know a lot more about the Desi Freeman situation than you have let on since it all happened, and I gather there are reasons why you have been kept stum about the situation. But now you're going to spill the beans on what you know about the situation and what you have seen and what you have experienced personally.
Yes, I'm going to give my personal account because I feel everybody has a story, and those stories and those truths will come out eventually when everybody is ready for that. But I'm pretty sure that our account, my husband and I, we're pretty done and dusted because of what happened to us, how it happened, and it's been finalised. And I reckon there might have been a touch of embarrassment from the other side. I'm not sure, probably not, but I think there was. It sort of all started. I was away when it all happened. I was up in the Gulf of Carpentaria.
Yes.
Yeah, we were fishing. I caught this massive fish, and we'd been away for a couple of weeks. Had friends staying at our house from Adelaide, actually, and I get a call at 2:30 in the morning, sort of to say, "Oh, can you come down here?" I went, "No, I'm in the Gulf," and the response was, "Where's that?" And I said, "Gulf of Carpentaria," and the response was, "Where's that?"
Oh, great.
As my son said, "You should have sent a pin drop." I said, "In Queensland, right up north." "Oh, well, you can't come down." So, no, I said, I can't come down. Why? What's
Not
wrong?
immediately.
No, they said, "Oh, well, we need to, we've got a warrant to search your house." This was our
So
holiday
this was
home.
the police rang you?
Yes. So this was our holiday house. So where we live, about a kilometre down the road, we have a house that we rent out for holidays. There's a house, there's a studio, there's a yoga room and 2 cabins. So we run health retreats there. We run all sorts of different retreats, family groups, all types of things. It's basically our income stream, which saved us really during the pandemic.
During the shit show, yeah.
Yeah, because the shit show, we had nothing else. So it was really good. So it's really, really nice. It's on the river, a 4-bedroom home, 2-story, got a pool. It's really, really nice.
Okay.
Anyway, I said, "Oh, look," they said, "Oh, we've got to get in." I said, "Well, I'll give you the keypad entries, because as you enter the gate, there's a massive sign that says, 'Dreaming of the Buckland Holiday Home.' Big phone number. The phone number's, this big written across. So maybe they got the number off there, and it does have a light under it. Anyway, lo and behold, when I said, they said, we need to search it. We needed to search it. I said, "I'll give you all the keypad entries." And they said, "Oh, it's too late." I said, "What do you mean it's
Sorry,
too
why
late?"
did they say why they needed to search it though?
Well, looking for Desi, right? And this is only a couple of K from where this happened. So
Right.
they were looking for Desi, and this is at 2:00 in the morning. Now, this is, 9 hours after the episode. And I said, "Well, you could have," I was furious. I said, "Well, you could have got the keys." They said, "Oh, it was urgent." However, the warrants were timed at 10 a.m. in the morning, or 10:40 or something in the morning. And this was 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, to me, that's not urgent. That's a lot of time gone. It's only a 4-hour drive from Melbourne, or 3, probably for them 2.5, because they can go quick. No fines. But anyway, that sort of didn't make any sense. So anyway, they said they'd gone through, which we've got a massive big glass door. They'd smashed through that with their little whatever they had. They'd thrown stun grenades. I think we've got some photos. So there's the door. You can see the glass. And on this side of the mat, there is a fence with the pool. So you can imagine where a lot of the glass ended up as well.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So luckily they only broke one panel. So you can see the reflection of the pool in the window.
Yeah.
So after they left, they wouldn't allow anybody down there until the next day. My people staying here went down to see what had happened. They wouldn't let them in. Then they just left it all open. I mean, anybody could have come in and ransacked it, stolen stuff. There's a lot of stuff in those. Anyway, they left. And so fortunately, we've got a very good friend who's the builder who came and he, put a wood in the door so nobody could get in, secured them all. So then the cleanup began. So that glass, when we got home about 4 or 5 days later, the glass was still coming out of the concrete. We swept and we swept and we swept. In fact, it was only just a couple of weeks ago I found another piece I stepped on, because we have guests there. There's little kids and there's people coming in on holiday. So we had to be so thorough. It took us hours to clean it, really.
I'll just digress briefly. I used to own a cafe, and one day a lady in the car park left her handbrake off when she went to the supermarket, and the car came down the hill and through the window into my cafe. Luckily, it was night time. And same thing, the windows just smashed just like that. And I owned that cafe for 7 years, and this happened in the first year. And 7 years later, we were still finding little bits of glass in
Yes.
random spots through the cafe, like, you find it like in the tray of the coffee machine, or it just went everywhere. It just went everywhere.
It is, and you can see there's 2 couches there through the door.
Yeah, yeah.
So that glass, I reckon that'd be about 2.5 meters or maybe 3 meters across. There's a TV on the wall. It chipped parts of the TV, the glass, when it hit the TV wall. The couches were just covered in glass and had shards in them. We had to get rid of them because you couldn't have somebody sitting on them and thinking, hang on, with children, how they put their faces on them or whatever. So the glass was from breakfast time to us time. It was just right through. There's a door on the left, which is a storeroom. They prized that open. They didn't do too much damage to that. This is one of the cabins. This is one of the cabins. Now, the cabins are so small. They've got a window, and 2 big glass doors. They're only tiny. With a torch, I'm pretty sure you could see there'd be nobody in there. So we had to replace all the doors. The doors, I mean, totally, I don't know really whether it was really necessary to do that.
And they genuinely had reason to believe that he might be in there.
Why would he be in a holiday house? They said, would he have the combination? I went, why would he have the combinations to get into a holiday house? And why would you go into a house that close to where you were? Seriously. Anyway, I suppose they have to check everything. So, and I think they're there. There's more. Oh, they're there. That was getting into a screen door in a cabin, and there was a wooden door behind it. So they did that, and then they did that to the wooden door.
They had a great time, didn't they? Oh, my goodness.
It was good practice.
Practicing using all their big tools, yeah.
Yeah, it was, and all their, I would love to have been
I wonder if they all stood behind each other making that little hut, hut, hut that they do when you see it on the movies. And doing that thing with the gun like
Well, I've just had visualisation of movies,
Oh,
yeah. Now, this is a burn mark from a stun grenade. Now, they're beautiful wooden floors.
Oh, no.
They're lucky. Our builder, I can still see it. I probably would have been harsher. In fact, I went down there the other day. I thought, I can still see the mark on the floor. So this was in it's like we call it the studio sleep out. It's attached to the yoga room, and it's got 2 king beds. It's quite big. It's got 2 king beds in it, and a bathroom, kitchenette, etc. So, and you can also see there's windows on both sides of that as well, and it's 1 room. So,
a stun grenade.
Yeah, well, they used to do them. They must have had fun with them. And then I'm thinking, what's in those things? Is it poison? What is it? It's black. I don't know how much. It didn't do much damage to the walls, luckily. We did have to throw the photos coming up later 2 mats out. It destroyed the mat. That's the carpet in the house.
Oh.
So we had to replace the whole bottom level because that was 2 big burn marks just inside it. They must have come in because when you walk in the entrance, there's 2 bedrooms on the right and there's 1 bedroom on the left. So for some reason they threw them to the right. Maybe he was right-handed. I don't know. So 2 of them, and we found the little pin thing outside. So
good grief. Did they do this to any other properties or just yours?
I don't believe it was as bad as this. I don't think they did muck up a few places, I think, but they not like this.
And do you think it was because you weren't there to let them, or obviously you weren't there to let them in, and maybe other places?
We had our suspicions why they did it. We did have, sort of digressing, we knew Marley and Desi. I've known them for many, many, many years. In fact, I did Marley's travel to bring her from the Philippines when Desi fell in love with her and brought her out here. So I've known them since, the early 2000s. And Desi had been a client, and we bought photos of him because he was a fantastic photographer, incredible photographer, and had taken some really, really good shots during the fires. And because he lived in no fear, he was up almost on the fireside, which I might add, he did a really good display for the CFA to raise money with all those photos. And we ended up buying some because they were just beautiful, and beautiful photos of Mount Buffalo that he also had taken. So we'd known them for a long time, and when they were renting a property, and they had to leave it because it got sold. So they moved to the other property, and they had nowhere to put all their homewares. So Desi was able to source a container to put the tables, the chairs, the couches, all the stuff that you can't put in a motorhome.
Mm-hmm.
So they came to us and said, look, could we put it on your property and we'll pay you to do it? We went, no, you're not going to pay us to do that. Just put it down there. I mean, what are friends for? What do people do in community? After each other? People need something. So they put the container there, and to pay us, they felt so happy that we'd done it. We had to plant about 400 olive trees. So out they came and helped us plant all the olive trees, the kids and Marley and it's bobbing up and down. So, so we had known them for a long time, and, and I certainly don't condone what happened. However, I understand why it happened, but that's another story for another person.
Yeah.
So moving on, we basically then after I think that Kelly's got some more photos of the damage. It was I don't know how long it would have taken them to do it. Must have taken them a while. Probably not long. So they even turned all the beds up. So somebody told me that if you lift up the mattress, people cut a hole in the base of the bed and hide. Now, does that happen on the movies? Seriously. How would you fit when you look in the base of the bed? There's all boards across it.
Yeah, you'd have to be really skinny.
Tiny.
Oh gosh!
So then we had to wash all the linen, had to pull all the beds apart because, those stunt grenade things. I don't know what that was. The room actually where they threw it. I don't know what it has in it. Probably poison. So we had to wash everything, take all the linen off. Which, when I think about it, I forgot to bill them for that because that all costs every time we do linen.
Yeah, it all costs. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I didn't bill them for our time, which we probably should have as well, So that was in one little bedroom. They did that basically to all the bedrooms. They're flat. The beds were made.
So they were determined to find him if he was there.
Well, yeah, he would have been pretty skinny if he was under that bedspread. But anyway, there you go. There's an idea of.
Oh God, yes.
So it was all down the cracks. You can see it on the ground.
Yeah. Oh, it has a remarkable ability to go everywhere. It's like glitter, kids' glitter, and
yes, it sticks.
If you hate someone when they have a child, give them a glitter pack for their kid to play with.
You don't like them. Yeah.
Give the gift that keeps on giving. You find glitter in everything for the next 15 years.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So that was sort of coming in, looking to the outside. So there was as much glass on the outside as there was on the inside.
Oh, my goodness.
Glass goes into those doors. So I think Kelly's got to pull them up one by one. It's sort of the damage, I don't think, needed to be done. That's a bit of an idea of how far it went in on the mat. It even that's a TV cabinet on the right, excuse me, and the glass was down the back of the TV. It was heaps. So when they banged through, it must have gone right through, as I said, because it chipped the TV. So, it was a mess. The amount of time we spent swearing about it. This was really annoyed about this. This was a little lamp on a table that's had a foot put on it. Now, it's not a very expensive lamp, but it was one of my favourites.
No, but it's a nice lamp, yeah.
But was it really necessary to stamp on the lamp?
No.
Totally
no.
not.
It feels like theatre. It feels like theatre. There was a comment there a minute ago where someone said that her gut feeling was that he was taken out that first day and then the rest of it is all just going through the motions.
Yeah, well, I think...
Yeah, and this looks like they're trying to pretend to be looking. Do you know what I mean? Like, look at us. We're going hard. We're trying to find him.
Yes. And Dawn's just asked, did we get compensation? Okay. So when we questioned the damage, which we had to get repaired, they said, you can put a claim in. You might get it. We said, there'll be no might. We will get it. So then we proceeded. So I actually did a document up because I have been in court before. And
Not your first rodeo, okay?
and had a win against the police and the police of this town. Oh, excuse me, cracky voice. So I did an affidavit. I did it as an affidavit that it could go straight.
Brilliant, yes. Yep.
And I think there was 35 pages. And our local justice of the peace said, "Oh, no, not you again." He's a great man. Every time whenever I see him, he goes, "Oh, what have you been up to now?" I go, "Oh, not me. I'm not up to anything. It's what's happened to us." So,
you didn't ask for this, did you? Gosh.
no, we didn't ask for this. If they had have rung us, we would have helped them earlier. I mean, we only live a kilometre away, and I'm sure the local constabulary would have known where we live and who we are. I'm quite sure they are. I think that's probably why they did it. So, well, that's exactly right. They could have burnt the property down with the bombs or whatever, but they would have been there to put it out, but then they probably would have peed on it. Yeah. So,
Jenny's saying, is this your place, Kate? It's Kay's rental property, which is on her property.
Yes.
Bedroom house and a swimming pool on Kay's property that they use for retreats and yoga and holidays.
Yeah. So, and really, I think it was purely because the container was on there. So, somebody's just said they've seen a photo of the fire. They are. The photos, his photos were really, really good. Really, really good. Oh. So basically we then, I guess from there, we just put in a claim and we said to them, "How long are you going to take? Because we need to pay all these tradespeople. We live in a small town and we like to pay our bills." I think it took them in the end a few months. We hassled them. When we first put it in, the girl went on holidays. Then she had to go up the tree. And we also put lost earnings in too, because we had to close the whole property for 30 days.
Oh, yes.
So we lost earnings, which was thousands. Oh, that's our storeroom cupboard. Now, they broke that down the bottom, you can see, and the other door off it.
Oh, yeah.
And they didn't need to. All that had was, it has a little gold, the little tiny gold keys, and it goes up, you screw it, and the key, it goes, whoop, when you do that, then you do that, and it comes down and slides. Yeah. That's all that had. But no, broke the door off. Did the other one. Yeah. Totally unnecessary. I'm sorry. And I don't understand why you would storm it. This was a good one.
Crucial.
Blood, right? I've said to them, blood. I've said to them when they came to see me, I said, "You do realise there's blood in the house? Whose blood is it?" I said, "Did somebody cut themselves breaking in?" "Oh, no, nobody would have cut themselves."
Oh,
well, that's on the carpet. And then there were little red splotches all in the upstairs area. There's a carpeted area and a big kitchen tiled area. And there were little splotches of blood all through the tiles. And so I said, "Well, it's not my blood. It wasn't anybody else's blood. So whose blood was it?" Yeah. So they obviously wear gloves, not very good ones, I think rubber ones, because they left their junk on our seat as they left, their junk and their eye things and so so that was sort of that's so it was unnecessary. I just think I know they were panicking, and there's another part of the story too that many years ago they asked could they put their safe here up the back, and we said that's fine, up in the locked shed. It's locked away in a shed.
This is Desi and Marley.
It was registered guns. So my husband was really concerned because we didn't know what frame of mind anybody was in when this happened. So they woke us up 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. As soon as we woke up, he rang them, and it took him ages to get onto them because they didn't answer the phone. So it must have been really urgent. Eventually they answered. I reckon he rang them about 10 times. And the response was, "Well, we had to get some sleep." Well, yeah.
This is the cops. The cops again. Yeah. So this is why you were still on the golf.
We're up north. So we said, "You better go and check that," So that was at 9 o'clock in the morning, right? So would you think that would be a priority? You would go straight there?
To see if the guns were there or not? Yeah. No, someone's brought your attention to the fact that there are guns that were owned by Desi in a locked box on your property. Yeah, that would be more probably urgent than going through your little cabins, I would say.
I would say so too. However, it took 28 hours.
See, something's not right about this. Something is not right.
That doesn't make any sense whatsoever,
No.
unless it's total incompetence and there's no communication or something. But, you know.
But if, for example, he had gone and got the guns out, that would have been helpful for them to know that he was armed.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
well armed. Yeah, if that was the case. Yeah.
If that was the case. That's what just doesn't make any sense to me, that it took 28
nothing about it makes sense. Yeah.
No, it was just something someone said about the sovereign citizen. Oh, yeah, the sovereign movement. Well, you know what? When we get Peter and Donna back, we're going to learn more about this country being sovereign. But anyway, that's another story. So it was the massive manhunt. Well, it was. And it came to the point one day I watched them. I sat on my veranda here and watched them go around circles for 3 hours in the air. You know, so there's all these things that didn't make sense. It just didn't make sense. When they came to see me when I got back, and I was really, really upset because at that stage they'd taken the children. And I think I was really quite feeling, you know, when you get really stressed, that's when what makes you sick, when you're stressed.
Oh,
and
yes.
I said to these three who came to see me, I knew one wouldn't have children because she was too young, but I said to the other two guys, do you have kids? Oh, yeah. Well, you know, have a think about this. What have the kids done? The kids have done nothing, you know. So my experience with this was not good, and I'm probably not the only person in this entire area. But somebody had to start something. We need to put it out there that it just doesn't make any sense. It's all very, very confusing. So
you told me, I don't remember whether you told me on the show or behind the scenes about you had some people to your place for dinner one night, and the younger girls left early and were driving home, and they got intimidated or followed by the cops.
They got followed. Yeah, I think they were watching us. I don't know what they thought we were going to do. I mean, seriously, how old are we? We're 70. We've never had anything to do with the police until the pandemic, when I wouldn't get a QR code, and I certainly found that out. Did I ever tell you about that? Just digressing off that, I did get a QR code for 24 hours because I wanted to see how
your business.
Yeah. So I got one because I needed a number on it, you know, because I wanted to make a phone call about it. So I rang the number at 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, click, it went off. No one answered. You know, public servants, 5 o'clock, we'll go home. The next morning I rang at 9. I got through at 11. I got through to this woman and I said, oh, look, I just need to check. Somebody with that deadly disease has just come into my office and I'm so scared that I might get it. I need to know if they QR coded in. There was a pause and she said, oh, I can't give you that information. It's privacy. Seriously. You know, so that was, I mean, we smelled a rat from day one, but that was what I was told.
Oh, my God.
And I might add, the person who came in and didn't QR code in was a cop coming in to tell me that I couldn't be in there. And then I proceeded to get the $11,000 fine. So, you know, that was the first time I've ever come across any police, really, in Bright.
They were there en masse when this whole thing happened with Desi.
And when this happened, they were everywhere. Yeah. Now, and they thought I was excited. One rang me one day and said, oh, you know, there's $1 million reward. And I said, I'm not interested in the money. Sorry. Not interested. You know, as if it was like I don't know. It was quite funny, actually. And he said, oh, your door's open upstairs. I went, yeah, the wind's probably blown it open. This was weeks after. The wind's probably blown it open. Oh, I just thought I'd better let you know, so because there were a lot up here that weren't allowed to go and look too. I actually asked a few. I said, why aren't you out looking? And they said, oh, we're not qualified. So
have you got eyes? If you've got eyes, you imagine that would be the minimum requirement.
Yeah, you would think so.
Possibly even the maximum requirement.
And they were driving up and down our road here. It was funny. One day I was following them. They were driving in front of me, and he indicated to go left. When I indicated to go left, he went right. So I stopped, put my window down and said, "Excuse me, are you lost?" And he went, "Oh," I said, "You do realise we know who you are. You're just driving up and down the road." And he's not going to be walking up and down the road. He said, "Oh, no, but we just have to do it." So maybe they had to do a kilometre count every day or something. I don't know. It was just silly, really, really silly. So anyway, in the end, we got our money. They paid it. They didn't pay the lost earnings. That had to go through another department. And I'm sorry, the paperwork, etc. And because the police had told people not to come here, there was a government grant given out for $5,000, but it would have cost you $6,000 in accounting fees to get the information. So, and if you're a sole trader, you couldn't get it. So they did a lot of damage to the town, the businesses, by telling people not to come. Fortunately, the mountain had really good snow, so we would have had really good bookings. But I think a few people I interviewed said, "Oh, we're still going to the snow." So, because you go through Bright to get to Mount Hotham. So I do think people were grumbling.
They did their best to destroy the morale of the town as well as.
Well, yeah, because okay, it happened, but it was almost like if we breathed the same air, we were an accomplice.
Yeah, you're an accomplice. Yeah. Guilty by association. Guilty by association.
That's almost what it was like. Yeah, it was like that.
But was he even guilty? So no one knows.
We don't know. We don't even know what he really did. So, it'll have to come out, and they won't tell you. I know Bruce quizzed them, and they said, "Oh, no, we can't tell you that." Well, why can't you tell us that? Look at the things they're telling us about the Epstein files. Why can't they tell us something about this? Doesn't make any sense.
I digress, but somewhere today I saw a story that said that someone's in the shit at
with you.
with at the hospital where Dan Andrews is because someone accessed his private medical records.
Were they blank?
Yeah, I bet. And then someone wrote a comment underneath, but isn't that what he was doing to all of us during the shit show?
Yes. The best one I saw about him was somebody put a comment, I read it. They said when he gets out of hospital, he's going to China and he's going to change his name to Fukyou. Oh, that's very, very clever.
Oh, is he going to get well though? That's the thing. I have heard that he's.
Well, there's another one with the police. The police have put all that information away for all those years regarding the bike boy. The photos they've only just hold of them. So yeah, televisions exactly.
So the lady's saying, or may I ask, is there any evidence whatsoever of him doing what they're alleging? No evidence.
Nobody knows. No.
No one saw it.
No, nobody knows what they're alleging he did. His
wife was there. His wife was there though at the time. Yeah. I guess you're not allowed to tell us what she says, are you? Or...
No, well, I was there when they threw him on the road. In 2021 when Daniel Andrews, he had nothing to do. Let's get this straight. He had nothing to do with taking Daniel Andrews to court in 2021. He was support, of course, but that was another guy in Bright that did that actually took the action against him and got it into court, and it was to be heard in the magistrates' court in Myrtleford. Nobody could enter the courtroom because it was COVID, except there was about 300 of us in a little piazza square, and we'd set up for the guy to do a Zoom about 100 metres from the courthouse in a church hall. And Desi was just walking across the road and the police threw him on the ground. We still don't know why. They made out it was something to do with this. And those photos you see have all been photoshopped. That wasn't they weren't black cops. They were undercover and some normal police. All he was doing was walking across the road.
Yeah.
He had a like a web thing on his chest.
Yeah.
Which after he got out, they wiped it because that would have been probably damning. They threw him down on the ground. I mean, it was disgusting, absolutely disgusting. he wasn't doing anything. He was walking with Marley and the family.
And the
just
man
so
that you
wrong.
knew, he was a gentle,
Yeah, he was. He was a dad, and he'd been pushed,
gentle, loving dad. Yeah.
pushed, and pushed. Yeah. So, yeah, no. As I said, I don't condone what happened, but I can understand, sort of in a way, why it did. You know.
But then when you
So
say you can't condone what happened, you're saying you can't condone what you were told has happened, not
yeah,
what you.
exactly. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Someone said, has Marley got the kids back? Yes, she got them back about
Yes, she did.
10
Within a week.
days.
Yeah,
Within the week,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
she did, which
within
was
the
good.
week,
Which was
yeah.
should never have been taken. I mean, that's just punishment. What did the kids do? What did she do? I mean,
But it was
that's
so
just punishment.
traumatizing for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
You know, if they're so caring, I don't think so. You know, so no,
And
that
someone's
was.
asking, was she hurt at all, or in the?
No, I don't think so. Oh, well, I don't think so. Not
No,
badly, but
no,
yeah,
probably.
I think the media have been.
Do we really know what happened? No, I don't
No,
suppose we
exactly
do.
right. And you know, if the police, they should have to come clean on what this charge was. They say it's because there's a minor, but you know that look at they tried to do to Julian Assange. Look at they tried to do to what's his name? You know, the English comedian, Russell Brand.
Russell Brand, yeah.
It's always a smear, isn't it? They
Yeah,
always use
you
it.
don't trust them. You don't trust them.
No, you know.
I mean,
Yeah.
if anyone was to know what went down, it would be someone in your community, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure people do, and it'll come out eventually, and you know, it's all time. It's just time, I think. People have to just have to wait to see, because I think this could go on for a long time. They never ever find anyone, or you know, how can they do anything until they find? You know, that's the whole thing. That's the whole. Nobody knows. So anyway, I just think I feel for people who were the owners of the property. I really feel for them. I think, you know, it was. Oh, somebody's ringing me. Hang on a sec. I'll just turn that off. Somebody, you know, people need to know that they just forget about that. Those people get forgotten about. I mean, the damage done to them is terrible as well. And they were just being really good people doing what really good people do, you know. And so
the lady's saying Marley would be the only one who would really know the truth. Marley would be the only one that knows the truth, wouldn't she?
That's right.
She was
Probably.
there.
Yeah.
But if he's alive, she's not going to say so, is she? Because that's only going to encourage them to look for him.
No,
and if he was killed at the time, that would have. I can't say that would have been. I can't see that they could have killed him at the time and covered that up. Could they?
No, I don't know. It's just really at the time that happened, there were all those rallies around Australia. Remember, government and I don't know things. Somebody's got to come. The police. Somebody's got to come clean on this or whatever, because they've been up here. I think they're still there, in and out. How long? It's 6 months. It's nearly 6 months in a couple of days. No, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. Yep, 6 months. Yeah, and I think Leander is right. Like, I reckon they did that to our property to put the wind up everybody.
Yeah.
And fear.
Yeah.
Don't be fear. Nobody's done anything wrong. You know, at the time, nobody has done anything wrong by knowing Desi.
No.
At the end of the day, nobody has done anything. And so, you know, don't let them get you down, making you think you have, because nobody's done anything wrong. And that was what it was sort of like, the feeling they treated, you know, in the town, it was almost like, treating people how they were treating them. You know, they were set up in the main street and, oh, golly, asking people. The best one I saw was I was walking past and the three of them were they had their big police van thing. And this bloke comes up and says, excuse me, I've lost my dog. Can you help me find my dog? So anyway, they got their notepads out. So I think that was, it's short of making us all really, really sad. There were some moments you think, oh golly,
It's farcical. I mean, I'm sorry that happened to your property. I'm so glad you got some compensation.
Oh yeah,
Did
well it's only
it
property,
cover it though? Did you get enough to cover it?
Yeah, we did. We got enough to
Good.
cover it. Yeah, I put all the receipts in from all the tradies, and we got enough to cover it.
Okay,
But,
good.
it was. But I forgot to put our own time in, which was probably worth.
Yeah,
We just
and
but being self-employed people, that's what you do. You don't actually. You do a lot of stuff that you don't charge for when you're self-employed. You've been self-employed. You just do it because you have to do it. So anyway, but there's lots of stories, and I think gradually they'll come out, and one day if we'll ever know the answer.
Yeah. I really hope so. I really hope so.
Yeah.
So we'll be back in 2 weeks now. Actually, will we be back in 2 weeks? Yes. Will you be?
Yes. What date will that be? Because don't forget, everybody, Day of Activism in Adelaide on the 8th of March.
I will be in Renmark, but I can do the podcast from Renmark. It's going to be nice, actually, because I can sit and we can have a look at the river.
Yes. That'd be good.
I'll sit with the river behind me and everyone can enjoy the sunset. There we are.
Oh, that'd be lovely. No mozzies, no mosquitoes.
Hope not. And actually, I have Lisa with me. You know, the lady we had on who talked about the Liberal Party.
Oh yes, right.
Yeah. I wonder what I'll find out if she's got anything interesting to tell us.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty to talk about the Liberal Party. You can talk about them.
The gossip in Adelaide is that Alex Antich was seen having beers with Corey Bernardi.
He needs to. He's too good for there. He's such a good guy.
Really, he's
so good. Yeah.
So we'll watch that space.
Yeah, they seem to be very active in South Australia.
Yes.
A lot of activity. So that's why this Day of Activism is going to be
very important. Yeah, so that's Sunday the 8th at the Burnside Town Hall. Yeah.
There it is.
There it is.
Kelly. From 12 to 10, I think it's a free event.
I'll try and get there for some of it because we're not leaving till the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
To go on our holiday. So I'll see if I can get there for some of it. It's just a complete balls up. We book this holiday every year, and of course, when I looked at the reservation,
do you get a holiday on the Monday? Is it Labor Day holiday for you? On the Monday?
Yes.
Same as Victoria. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes, that's why we started going at that time of year. Yes.
Right. Okay.
When now it's just a tradition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think that sort of covers what my experience and our experience. Poor Bruce, he had to clean up most of it. So, who's this? I do not know how you went from it.
I live in Victoria. I know. My girlfriend said to me the other day, "Let's go to Melbourne for a holiday." I said, "What? Are you fucking kidding me? Why would I want to go to that shithole?"
When you got your fine, yes. I know. Well, whoever said that about Victoria, where we live, it is beautiful here.
Yeah, that's right. I'd go to rural Victoria, but I don't think.
Yes. No.
Yeah, I don't want to go to Melbourne again, really.
I don't live in the city either. So.
Oh, people are making lots of comments. Yeah.
Yes.
It is a disgrace.
It is. It's disgraceful. I mean, we country people, I don't know who told them that we were this bad. We were supposedly bad. I'm not really sure. Although I must admit, during the pandemic, we did stand up and say this is garbage, which we all knew, and a lot of people didn't go along with it. But it's a shame a few more didn't go along with it. But anyway,
I know exactly. We wouldn't be in the position we are now.
No, we wouldn't be where we are now. So, actually, I asked our local MP, just off the subject, are we still in a state of emergency? Because that may also be why when the police they say they don't need warrants now. And I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. Do they need a warrant or don't they need a warrant? When you read about it, they're meant to have an affidavit to get a warrant. And they didn't have affidavits with the warrants. They just gave you a bit of paper. And
I'm going to give that person the thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up. Yes, you can share it on your channel. Yes. Sorry, carry on.
I still don't know if we are in a state of emergency. So if anybody out there has any way of finding out, I reckon maybe we are. So
When you say we, you mean Victoria?
Victoria,
Yeah.
yeah, and it would make like they're
Mm.
bringing all these stupid rules and things in. You wonder, can they do that in a state of emergency? But I just need an answer. Is that a hard question? Are we in a state of emergency? Yes or no?
I have vague
Not what-
recollections of it being lifted here in South Australia, and there being a big like hoo-ha around the lifting of the state of emergency here. But yeah, I can't say I recall it anywhere else.
Yeah, somebody said about the laws changed recently, but did they change or did they just pretend they changed? This is the
But
question.
Disrupt the Narrative Media says that I'm 80% positive we are.
Yeah, well, I
Yes,
just
I
want
will.
this guy, our local member, to say yes or no.
Maybe he doesn't know. Maybe no one knows.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
Why are we surprised? Why are we surprised? Why?
Maybe I might ask our premier. She might know. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to chase him up again. He's going to go, oh, not you again. But it's just a question, a simple question. You know,
Because here in South Australia, it was quite a bit of fanfare associated with the lifting of the state of emergency, I think. Or, you know, so much went on. It's hard
well,
to...
there's stuff they do, and they can say they can do things, and you know what? Maybe they can't, but they just bluff everybody. You know, maybe it's bluff.
That's the thing. And the state of emergency, was it legal in the first place? So was it ever really a state of emergency, or did people just think they were in a state of emergency? Because
Disrupt the Narrative wants to know how they can. How do I let you know? I guess you could.
Kelly's answer. There we are.
Thank you.
Yeah, get in touch with Kelly. She's a good woman.
Yep, get in touch with Kelly, and then Kelly will come back to us.
Yeah, good. Speaking of Kelly, I think we might be
finished. Thank you.
Yeah, I think we might be done. We've gone 47 minutes. Good job, girls. 47 minutes with no guests.
Oh my God, we can talk.
We can talk.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for the chat. Okay. Thanks, Kelly. We're ready. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Historically, we are the debris, forgotten faces, never more to be. Instead of legends fighting for something that had no guarantees, living ghosts we chose to live and die as their worker bees. Why didn't we break out from their hide? Why didn't we follow our own sun to another life? Why didn't we scroll over all their flowers? Brothers and sisters, it's okay to be free. Brothers and sisters,